Hello and thanks for joining. Today's topic is going to be a math tip, and we're going to do division with decimals. So one quick thing I want to point out is all of these tutorials will eventually be posted out on my website, which is www.10minutetrain.com, and then here's some other links for your reference if you're interested. What I've done here is I've posted a couple of notes here on division with decimals. So the first thing you want to do is just write out your problem like you normally would. And then what you want to do is change your divisor, which is the number you're dividing by, into a whole number by moving your decimal point to the right until there's no more decimal point in your number. Then what you do is you change your dividend, which is your number you're dividing, into the same number of places to the right. So what I've done here is I've written out the first part. I've done an example here, 10.34 divided by 6.75. Here's the answer, and I'm going to walk you through a demo of it. And then I've also given you one here to do and written out the answer. One thing I did want to note is that I carried it out 2 decimal places. These can go on for a long time, so it depends what you're trying to get to. You know, one decimal place, 2 decimal places, 3, whatever the number requires. The logic is the same. So I'm going to jump right in here, and I'm going to do the first problem. And that is going to be 6.75 divided into 10.34. Okay, so then what I do here, let me erase that and clean that up a little bit. Alright, so what I do here is I move this decimal place, my divisor, I move it to the right till it's gone. So that's how many places did I move it? I moved it 1, 2. Okay, so now I move this one 2 places, 1 to the right, 2, and now there's my decimal place right there. So now I take 675 and divide it into 1034. So now it's an much easier math problem. So now I do 675 into 1, obviously doesn't go. 675 into 10 doesn't go. 675 is still larger than 103. So now I do 675 into 1034. Well, I know just by looking at it that 675 600 or 700 times 2 is going to be a way larger number than 1034. So I'm going to make that a 1. And then what I do is I bring the 675 down here the way I normally do division, and then I subtract these. So I come over here, I'm going to make this, I'm going to borrow 1 from here, and now I need to take 1 from there, so that's going to become a 9. This is going to be a 13. But now I need to borrow 1 from it, so it becomes a 12 to make this a 14, because I couldn't do 4 minus 5 or 3 minus 7. So 14 minus 5 is 9. 12 minus 7 is 5. And 9 minus 6 is 3. Okay? So now I got 359. Now I take a 0 here and I just carry it down. I put it there. Now I have to do 675 into 3590. We're going to carry this out 2 places. 675 into 3590. Obviously that's going to, sometimes you have to do a little bit of estimation here. So what I do is I take this to make it a fairly simple number, so I round it up to 700 just to get an easier number to multiply. So I do 700 times 10, for example, would be 7,000, so that's way higher. So now I'm going to do 700 times 5 is 3,500. So 3,500 is fairly close to 3,590. So I'm going to try that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 5 here as a guesstimate, and then I'm going to do 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37. So now I'm going to carry the 3, and 5 times 6 is 30, plus the 3 is 33. Okay, as long as that answer now is greater than or less than 675, we've done that correctly. So I'm going to have to borrow one here, so I'm going to make that 9 and 8. 10 minus 5 is 5, 8 minus 7 is 1, 5 minus 3 is 2, and 3 minus 3 is 0. So 215. So we've done that right. So now what do we need to do if we want to go one more decimal place? We need to carry that down. Well, sorry. Not very good drawing there. And now what I want to do is I want to maybe erase these just so it's a little cleaner. Now I want to look at how many times does 675 go into 2150. So now if I do that same formula again, I just round it up for ease of multiplication. 700 times 2 would be 1400. 700 times 3 would be 2100. So that sounds like a pretty good match. So I'm going to make it 3. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry the 1. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus 1 is 22. Carry the 2. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry the 2 is 20. So now there you have it. Now I'm going to go down here, borrow 1 there. I'm going to make that a 10. So that's 5. 2 and 1 minus 0 is 1. So you can see we've done that right there. And we can keep going, but in this case we're just going to do it out 2 places. Quick note I wanted to share with you, if you have a problem like the example one that I've left you practice on, I'm going to go over here and do it over here for a minute. I just want to show you how to set it up. So we're going to do 5.793 divided into 12.5. Okay, so now we need to move the divisor. How many places? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we need to move this one 3 places, which is 1, 2, 3, and now did it again here. Sorry about the writing here, or the drawing. So now my decimal place goes here, but you notice I have 1, 2, 5 and then 2 blanks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill that in with zeros. Okay, so if you have that scenario, you just fill that in with zeros, and now you're dividing 5,793 into 12,500, and then you're going to carry it out 2 places, and I put your answer over here on this sheet, which should come to 2.15. So that's what I want to share with you today, and thanks for joining. Take care.